Welcome to Bite Size SEO News, where I find the top 3 news in digital marketing so you don't have to, where I make news easy to digest and easy to follow. If you want to read the article, links are posted in the show notes below, so you never have to worry about FOMO. My name is Rich Young, your host. Today is November 19th, 2021, episode 13. Coming up, fresh out of the oven are today's top 3 news you definitely don't want to miss. Story 1. Google launching November 2021 broad algorithm core updates. Story 2. Google rolling out new PageSpeed Insights. Story 3. New tools and features to support local news. If you're ready, let's get into it. In our first story, reported by Barry Schwartz of Search Engine Roundtable, Google released a broad core algorithm update on November 17, 2021. Typically, these updates take days or weeks to complete. Although it rolled out Wednesday, it likely will not be fully rolled out by the end of the day. There is a lot of recent chatter so far, mostly about the timing of the update since it's being rolled out before the busiest holiday shopping of the year, but some are already reporting traffic changes, big ones on their sites or client sites. Barry summed up what he saw on the forums and on social media. Barry also noticed the tracking tools. Many are showing big changes already. Not all are, but many. To note a few, quote, I can see why it's quiet here. There's not much volatility in the SERPs, at least not yet, and not throughout the day. However, with our specific keywords in sight, there was quite a bit of volatility throughout the day, end quote. Another one, quote, I am noticing one thing very distinctively. All the spam and bot traffic that the spam update disposed, suddenly they're coming back. Some of my sites are flooded with Chinese bot-like traffic since the last couple of hours, end quote. And lastly, we saw another quote, 130% increase after the spam update was over. November 10th, 10x decrease in overall traffic since yesterday afternoon compared to what it should be. However, can't measure it right at this moment. I need the weekend to get a better picture. But this kind of drop never happened before. It's true that yesterday and today are pretty much dead days for me, but it feels like something bad is about to happen. It's just weird. End quote. If you'd like to see more chatter, make sure to check out Barry's article in the show notes. And we'll have to wait to see what the November update holds for us. Next story. This is another one reported by Barry Schwartz of Search Engine Land. Google announced a couple weeks ago a new PageSpeed Insights upgrade, and that upgrade is now rolling out to everyone. Adi Osmani from Google said this upgrade makes the tool more intuitive when measuring performance and improves using real-world and lab data. The PageSpeed Insight tool analyzes the content of a web page, then generates suggestions to make that page faster. Google upgraded the tool in 2018 to use real-world field data from Chrome browsers. Side note, they've also changed the URL location. Make sure to go to the show notes to see the URL. What is new? Google said the user interface is more intuitive by clearly differentiating between data derived from a synthetic environment and data collected from users in the field. Google now has set up devoted sections for lab data versus field data in the tool. Labels for field data and lab data have been replaced with text that indicates what the data means and how it can help. Google also moved the field data section to the top. Google also has Core Web Vitals assessment result, which earlier appeared as a single word passed or failed in the field data. This helps it stand out as a separate subsection with a distinct icon. And Google changed the navigation menu at the top and included links for mobile and desktop centrally on the report page. The links are now more and distinctly indicate the platform for which the data is being shown, the company said. The PageSpeed Insights report now includes the new information section at the bottom of each field and LabCard sharing the following details about the sample data. Data collection period, visit durations, devices, network connections, sample size, Chrome versions. There's a new expand view feature that adds a drill down function to the field data section and allows you to view granular details for the core web vital metrics. The page image screenshot was removed, and now the image and thumbnails of the page displaying the loading sequence will both be available in the lab data section. Why do we care? If you're obsessed with speed or want to make your page experience scores and core web vital scores the highest possible, You can use PageSpeed Insights to work on that. Review the changes. Google made the tool to see what more you can get out of this tool that you did not have beforehand. Make sure to check out Barry's article for more information. Our final story for today. This one's from Danny Sullivan, the public liaison of search. Google is making it easier to find local news and introduce tools for reporters. Danny Sullivan wrote, "Local news is essential to building healthy communities. One of the most obvious examples of this was the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, when different communities had different needs and were impacted in different ways. Local news ensured that people knew what to do. More broadly, readers are looking for local news more than ever before. Queries on Google search like, quote, news near me, end quote, have increased threefold over the past 5 years, reaching an all-time high during the COVID-19 pandemic in May 2020. New features for news. First, they're expanding a feature that was initially launched for COVID searches. Readers will soon see a carousel of local news stories when Google finds local news coverage relevant to that query. This carousel will be available globally in all languages and helps readers easily find stories near them from local news publishers. The feature helps local publishers by adding another way for their essential reporting to reach the community that needs it most. Over the past few months, Google has been working on improving systems so authoritative local news sources appear more often alongside national publications, when relevant, in the general news features such as top stories. This improvement ensures people will see authoritative local stories when they're searching for news, helping both the brand and the content of news publishers reach more people. Social media can give readers additional information that they may be looking for about local issues. Google recently launched a new way to help people find local information on topics they're searching for by surfacing tweets by local, authoritative sources and authors, including tweets from news organizations. New data tools for reporters. Google is launching a new tool to help reporters dig through all that data to find stories and embed visualizations on their sites. The Census Mapper project is an embeddable map that displays census data at the national, state, and county level, as well as census tracts. It was produced in partnership with Pitch Interactive and Big Local News as part of the 2020 Census Co-op. The census data is pulled from the data collected and processed by the Associated Press, one of the Census Co-op partners. Census Mapper then lets local journalists easily embed maps showing population change at any level, helping them tell powerful stories in a more visual way about their communities. As part of Google's investment in data journalism, they're also making improvements to the Common Knowledge Project, a data explorer and visual journalism project to allow U.S. journalists to explore local data. Built with journalists for journalists, the new version of Common Knowledge integrates journalist feedback and new features including geographic comparisons, new charts, and visuals. If you'd like more information, you can check out Danny's article in the show notes. That's it for today's show. We've made it to the end. You're good to go and ready for the day. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please rate the show so it helps spread the news and I can continue doing what I do best, which is providing you the latest SEO news you just cannot miss. Served tapa style, making it easy on the stomach and on the go. Once again, I'm your host, Rich Ung, and I'll see you on the flip side.